Ladies and gentlemen, little embarrassing, but the debate number 2 happens to be about myself and 13 other journalists. Why am I debating myself? Because my job is to debate about issues concerning the people. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it's just that I happen to be part of something that this country will need to think about. Today, ladies and gentlemen, 14 anchors across television channels were banned by the I.N.D.I.A alliance, the Mohabbat Ki Dukaan, newly opened in town. I was one amongst them. Frankly, I don't know what to make of this. What is my fault? That I ask questions? That I speak for people who can't speak for themselves, or that I do not pull punches and have cozy drawing room conversations masquerading as hard-hitting interviews? It all started with some people being continuously abused and marked out as Godi media. We've lived with this for many, many years. Why? Because we say what we think, what we see around us, and what we think we need to report. And now we have descended into a boycott. In the year 2023, in the 21st century, now will journalists be issued certificates by political parties and groupings, and only those pre-certified journalists that you will be allowed to ask questions? Only those certified journalists will ask questions? Of course, people like me have now been boycotted. That certainly seems to be the idea of inclusivity that is being propounded by this new 28-party I.N.D.I.A alliance that is fighting to save the constitution, no less. The NBDSA has condemned the move, saying they are anguished by a decision that goes against the ethos of democracy. The Broadcasters and Digital Association also say that the move from the alliance seems to be, which is claiming to champion the cause of pluralism and free press, betrays a callous disregard for democracy's most fundamental tenet, the inalienable right to openly express ideas and opinions. So now, am I not free to express opinions because I've been boycotted by the I.N.D.I.A alliance? Similarly, the National Broadcasters Federation has condemned the move as an undemocratic emergency era directive that crushes free speech and targets Indian media in a pre-election year. They have also called it an unprecedented attempt to muzzle the voice of the Indian media through intimidation and singling out tactics. And I just want to tell you, these 14 journalists who have been picked up are actually from across the spectrum of television journalists. So it's not one channel, not two channels, across. Are you threatening all television channels? And what does it say? The statement says that we will continue to monitor you. Monitor us? Is the I.N.D.I.A alliance going to monitor us? Well, listen in to what they have to say.
देखिए, जो I.N.D.I.A अलायंस ने पत्रकारों के खिलाफ जो किया है वो इमरजेंसी 2.0 है। एक इमरजेंसी इंदिरा गांधी जी ने दी थी, दूसरा एक गठबंधन गठबंधन यानी कि I.N.D.I.A अलायंस के नेताओं ने दिया है। ये अपने आप में दिखाता है इनका लोकतंत्र में विश्वास नहीं। आप बंगाल देख लीजिए, तमिलनाडु देख लीजिए, एक के बाद दूसरा विपक्ष का ऐसा राज्य जहां पत्रकारों के खिलाफ मुकदमे दर्ज किए जाते हैं, अब उनका बहिष्कार करने की बात करते हैं। ये अपने आप में दबाव बनाकर मीडिया के ऊपर जो पाना चाहते हैं, इससे बड़ी शर्मनाक बात कोई और नहीं।
साथियों, रोज शाम को 5 बजे कुछ चैनल्स पर नफरत का एक बाजार सजाया जाता है। पिछले 9 साल से लगातार चल रहा है। उस बाजार में अलग अलग पार्टीज के प्रवक्ता जाते हैं, लेकिन हम सब नफरत के उस बाजार में ग्राहक बनकर जाते हैं। हमें नफरत मुक्त भारत की दिशा में एक कदम उठाना था। आज एक निर्णय लिया गया, कुछ एंकर्स को चिन्हित किया जाए और उनके इस तरह के शोज में, इवेंट्स में हम लोग न जाएं. We do not want to legitimize this hate-filled narrative which is corroding our society. That was the idea. ये इस उम्मीद के साथ, बड़े भारी मन के साथ आज ये लिस्ट हम लोगों ने जारी की है.
Mind you, this move is from political parties who have lamented at length about dictatorship and the lack of press freedom in India. They have cried copious tears, highlighting how India's ranking has been sliding down 8 positions on the World Press Freedom Index. They were anguished at the prospect of the 4th pillar of democracy being supposedly shackled. And yet, here they are saying, we don't like what you're saying, so we will not talk to you at all. Kutti. In News Hour Fact Check today, we will remind the India Alliance of how they had tagged the Modi Sarkar as Tanashah and fought for press freedom. In May, the Congress tweeted that World Press Freedom Day honors might of pen over the sword. Press seeing its erosion in India under BJP regime, Congress stands with journalists. They didn't say journalists except those 14, which we will. In May, we were all journalists in these troubled times. In May, Trinamool Congress also tweeted, Mr. Narendra Modi, we aren't surprised. Hasn't the 4th pillar always been in your line of fire? Well, today we are in the line of fire of the opposition alliance. Then, even the CPIM tweeted, what does Modi's New India offer journalists? Physical attacks and trolling? Well, I'm being trolled today. I'm trending with a wrong spelling and pronouncement. I'm actually Navika, not Navika. So anybody who wants to troll me, please use my correct pronunciation, correct spelling. I'm happy to be trolled by you, but use the correct pronunciation, even if it's a proper noun. Probes by government agencies, all this gyan coming from them. What happens then to the lofty ideas of this freedom of speech? That, ladies and gentlemen, is today's legitimate question. What about freedom of speech? What about strengthening the 4th pillar of democracy? Or is the fight for democracy just a sham? That's the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2.